Go ahead and close our eyes and settle into our breath. And notice where we feel what we feel. Turning on that light, that inner light of introspection. Take one more deep breath. Guide the hands to the heart, honoring yourself, showing up today. Another breath into the heart to set your intention for your practice. And let it go. Let's take the hands to the legs and we'll just start with our easy cat-cows. Two more breaths in your cat-cows. Goodness. Take the hands behind you, ground into the fingers, relax your knees, draw your navel in and up, draw your hip points in the front, activating them towards the navel, in and up. Ribs in, breathe, shoulders down the back, open space through the throat, open eyes, soft eyes. And exhale, soften that out. Return upright and roll the shoulders some. Take your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. And two more breaths and forward fold. Bring the hands back up. Change your leg position if you are in a position to change. Continue cat-cows, some more warming up. You might be moving faster or slower, finding one place that feels really good to hold for a breath. Just letting your breath guide you. Your body's wisdom of what it needs. Come upright, roll the shoulders. When we're doing stretches and such, you might find a place that feels really good to stretch, but it might make you kind of clench up and kind of tense things. Notice that and soften those areas. Soften the amount of pressure or tension you're putting onto stretches. Let it be soft. Reach your arms out. Interlace the fingers, press them up. Draw the arm bones back. Good morning to Tracy and Maureen. Thank you so much for being here. And gentle, let that go. Exhale, forward fold. Some breaths in forward fold. Bring the hands back. So that's within my practice where I've been doing work, is to get into it, but not strain into it. Stay open, notice where I become tense, and try to invite some softness into that. So that balance between activation and softness. Where we keep breathing, we keep softening the jaw and the eyes. Good, let that go. Let's take a few circles, one direction. And change direction. Awesome. Perfect. Come upright, roll the shoulders again. Keep them down and back. Take your chin over towards the right shoulder. And just a little movement for the left shoulder. Not like a big movement, just a little circle. And you notice where you find a stretch through the side of the neck, at what position that happens. And if you do find something that feels like a stretch there, hold it, breathe. Chin down through center, other side. And circle the right shoulder. It might feel like something, it might not. Good, let that go. Chin down, other side. We're just gonna make some U shapes from one shoulder across the heart. Other side, and down, back and forth like a U. I recommend going slow. I recommend taking it very gently with the neck. Awesome. Let's go ahead and come back into our tabletop. Continue cat-cows and table. Let the breath guide you through your movements. The length of the movement is created by the length of the inhale. There's the pause, and then the exhale. That length of the exhale creates the length of the movement. And we pause. Back into table. Take your right leg back. Flex the foot. Point the foot. Moving your ankle around. Low belly in. Ribs in. Toes down to push into that foot. So you can inhale forward just slightly and exhale, push back into it. Come back into tabletop and bring your body up into a kneeling position. So the knees and the shins are on the ground, just a little movement into the wrists. So I'm going to take my arms forward, fingers down, and then bring the fingers towards me, elbows flex, out, in, out. You can do it however you want to. You are, something specific feels good for your wrists. Maybe circles. And back into tabletop. Cat-cows. And we'll come into table. Other leg back, left leg. Move your ankle around. Toes down, push down. Just a little forward and back. Bring it back to tabletop. Again, up to kneeling. Roll the shoulders down. Reach your arms out as if you were doing it from standing up. Interlace the fingers, press up. Arms back, ribs in. We're not back bending. We're lengthening upwards, and the arms might come back slightly. And gentle release that out. Soften it out. Take your hand across to the opposite elbow, and I'm just going across, easy breezy. So having the hold on the elbow just helps me to guide my arm across. It could be on the forearms, it could be anywhere. Just stretching the arm side to side, not a big stretch. Let that go, come into your down dog. And we'll be here for a few breaths. At least. Pedal the feet, just spend some time. Smooth out your breath. Relax your neck. Relax your jaw. Notice what you feel in your back. Where you feel it. Maybe in the hips, what you feel down the legs. Lift up the heels, lengthen the legs upwards. There could be a little bend in the knees there, lifting up the hips very high, so you're pointing the tail up. And exhale, just soften into down dog. Be here for 2 more breaths in a still down dog. Awesome. Please step forward. Isn't it interesting when you are finding stillness, how much little movements come up? Little half lift, bend the knees and fold. A little half lift, bend the knees and fold. And one more time, half lift to fold. Stay in your forward fold. Rise up. Nice and slow. Open up the arms and bring it down into the heart. Come into your mountain pose and find stillness in mountain. A little bit of bend in the knees. Lift up the low belly. The tail just gently relaxes underneath you. Ribs in, soft eyes. Open palms. We're just gonna reach up again and bring it back into the heart, into mountain. So a big reach. If you wanna bend the knees like you're like activating and lifting. And into the heart. To mountain. One more time, a big reach out side to side. Into the heart. And into mountain. Awesome. Reach up. Forward fold. Two more breaths in your forward fold. If you'd like to sway, I recommend only small movements in the beginning. As far as side to side movements. Halfway lift. We're going to take the right foot all the way back. Back, back, back. Gentle, bring that knee down. Heart forward. Lengthen out your front leg. We're just walking forward and back with the legs. So this legs lengthening, the toes up, hips back. Of course, pad your back knee if it helps you, if it's, feels uncomfortable to your knee. Heart forward and back. One more time. Inhale draws you forward. Exhale draws you back. Stay here. Awesome. Bring your body forward and step into plank pose. You bring the knees down, and we're doing that same, lengthening the hips back and drawing the heart forward. Back and forward. One more time. Exhale back. Inhale guides you forward and exhale lower down. Cobra pose, little cobra. Exhale, let it go. Two more cobras. And let it go. Push up to down dog. Breath. Step forward. Half lift, inhale, long spine. Exhale, bend the knees to fold. And come up. Open up the arms side to side. Bring it into the heart, into mountain pose. Awesome. Reach up. Feels so good. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway lift. Take the left foot back. Gentle knee down. Heart forward. Exhale, hips back. So you can walk with your hands too. If it feels okay to have the hands forward, just letting the hips and the leg move, that's up to you. Listen into your body. Heart forward, inhale. Exhale. Inhale, forward. Exhale, back. And forward, step back into plank pose. Knees down, hips back. So not a child's pose, just a stretch out. And forward 2 more times. So into knee plank, back. Again, if this feels like weight kind of grinding on the knees, please pad it with a towel, blanket, whatever you need. And back. And forward, come down, exhale. Cobra pose, inhale. Lower down. 2 more times, cobra. Exhale. Even the pinky toes are on the ground. And exhale. Awesome, push up to down dog. Free leg dog, take your right leg and lift it straight back. Wiggle your toes. Open out your hip. Bring it back to a line so the toes point towards the ground again. Lift that leg straight up. Open out. Back to a line. And straight up. Step your foot forward. Come up to your crescent lunge. I don't even think I did crescent lunge for a week. My. So take the arms up. And we're gonna pulse up, lengthen just a little, and exhale to sink in. You can let the arms open if you like, up and down. Your body, your movements, your breath. Stabilize into your crescent lunge, hold, breathe. Low belly in, ribs in. Exhale, please lower your hands down, step back into plank pose. Come down through your chaturanga, knees into cobra, great choice. Maybe it's plank into chaturanga, up dog. Exhale to down dog. Same thing on the left side, just kind of getting into it. Take that left leg straight back. So the toes point towards the ground. The hips are level. And then open out your hips so the toes rotate outward with the knee and the hip. And then bring it back in to a line and up a little higher. Rotate. Exhale to a line. Inhale to lift it a little higher. Maybe one more time, open out to a line and up. Step that foot forward. Rise up to crescent lunge. And we'll rise and sink a bit. Your crescent lunge could be distance foot to foot, forward and back, could be smaller. Maybe if you were working with pain in your low back or something like that. Hold, breathe, soft eyes. Exhale, lower the hands, step back into plank pose. Come through chaturanga. Up dog cobra. Exhale, down dog. All the way forward, step forward. Halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Maybe if your knees are opening side to side, you might want to step out a little wider. Half lift, fold. And one more time, half lift to fold. Rise up to the sky. Exhale, hands into the heart. Stand in mountain pose. Take your left leg and step it back into crescent lunge. This one is coming into twist. Hands to the heart forward, stable hips, into rotating to twist. Knee above the heel in this front foot. Here's a place where we might need to scan through the body. Draw the low belly in, keep your spine long. Notice if you're really tensing and holding something to find a stretch or a sensation, and just try to find more softness. Slowly let the hands come down. Take your back foot into warrior one. So we're taking it where the toes were, the heel lands. Rise up. Lengthen out the leg into your pyramid. And we'll be here. Press into the back foot in pyramid. Hands can be anywhere supportive. Maybe it's the leg, maybe it's the ground, maybe you have blocks. Awesome, bend that knee, come back up. The core lifts you up, low belly, middle, upper, arms up. Step forward into mountain. I love coming into mountain pose. It's like the relief of coming home. Reach your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Half lift. Exhale, fold. One more half lift to lengthen and fold. Like a little sway. If you want to hold the backs of the legs, hands to the opposite elbow. Forward folds are yours, your body. And come up. Hands together to the heart. Take the right foot to step back into crescent lunge. This little moment of faith. Like, I know the ground is back there somewhere. Scooch it into place, find your crescent lunge. When we take the weight forward in something like this with the front hip, we want to be mindful of what we feel in that front hip as we draw the weight forward. And if it's staying aligned, if it's moving at all, if it feels like it's bearing too much weight, if we can like power up the core more, power up the back leg into twist. So the elbow is propped above the knee somewhere on the leg. Palms are pressing together, forearms are making a line, top shoulder is rolling back. Exhale, lower the hands down. Take your back foot into warrior one and rise back up. Lengthen out your leg, and here we fold into pyramid. Bend that knee, come back up. Step forward into mountain. So let's, in standing figure four, if you want to go to a wall for support, we're just gonna stand onto one leg, secure it nice and strong. Hug the other knee up. So this is my right knee, I'm hugging up. Grab for your foot and direct the knee downward. This foot is snuggled into the hip crease, or I'm holding on to it. One hand to the heart. Maybe you're working with both hands to the heart. The material of the like your pants or shorts really does play into this. I recommend just slightly bending your standing knee. That will create some force for you to press your foot into the leg. Good work. Slowly come out just like you went in. The knee rotates back up. And let it go. Other side. Standing leg is strong. Maybe both hands. Come out. I'm so happy to see you guys. Let's step out wide onto the mat. We'll come into our wide forward fold. Level out the outsides of the feet. It's like your hip creases are lifting up and rolling back. We'll be here. Activate your quads, micro bend in the knees, lengthening the legs. Notice where you're maybe trying, maybe there's trying beyond necessary. Bend a little into one knee and the other, back and forth. Doesn't have to be a lot. We're just lengthening out the inside of the other leg. Rise up through center. We'll come into our warrior two setup for the legs. You take a little time finding the right distance between your feet, the angle for your back foot, low belly in. There's more space created from the inside of the front knee through the inside of the leg, through the pelvis and out of the outside. The back of the leg, so the back side of the knee, is drawing back slightly. And it's as if we could compress more through the back to lengthen through the front. Just like through the arms and the chest. A little more length from pointer finger to pointer finger, and a little bit of contraction, pinky to pinky across the upper back. Lengthen out your leg into your triangle. Awesome. Bend your knee, reverse warrior, up and over. And exhale, release that out. Pivot the foot, hands behind you, interlace the fingers if this feels okay and safe for you. Forward fold. Avoid locking out your elbows or your knees. Head towards the ground. Run the hands down the legs. Reach out towards the left leg. Draw your head towards the knee. To the other side. Ooh, my goodness. And up through center. Warrior two towards the right. Find your setup. The heels align. Knee over the front heel. Again, find that space. So it's the IT band area, the outer hips, the outer glutes are working to hold your leg open a little bit more. Find your position. Lengthen your leg into triangle. One more breath. And bend the knee. Reverse warrior, strong leg. All the way up and over. As if you can make more space from your hip point, which is stable, level where it's at, through the ribs. And let that go. Pivot the foot back into wide fold. Wide forward fold. Reach out to the right leg. To the left. And up through center. You'll turn the feet together. These ankles. All right, stand onto one leg. We're gonna do quad stretch, dancer. Stand onto one leg. If you remember when we did a figure four, which one we started with, do the opposite. So I'm standing onto my right leg this time. grab for your foot. Of course, you might like support from a wall. We might just be working with the quad stretch portion. You might adjust where your hand is holding on your foot, if it's the inside or the outside of the foot. So my thumb is across the arch, holding on to the arch. Knee in, arm up, kick back, strong grip, strong kick. The reach is up and forward. Buoyant heart. The eyes might look towards the ground for more stability. Over time, your practice might be letting the eyes follow your hand. Awesome, come back. Mountain. So the lift up and forward is balancing the back leg, so it's like it stays in alignment with the back leg wherever that is. So if my back knee is down, my arm would be up. If I kick it back just a little bit, I lean up and forward just a little bit. Like one line from my knee through my hand. Teeter-tottering. This keeps the heart buoyant. Beautiful work. Awesome. Beautiful. Oh my gosh. Come on out nice and gently. And stand in mountain pose. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. So step back to the front of your mat. I want it to just come on down, forward fold. Sway side to side, Herpy Live. I'm going to take the little half lift and take my left foot all the way back. Bring that back knee down. Take the arms up. My left foot is back. My right hand holds onto my left wrist and lifts up and over. Up and over, side stretch. Exhale, release that out. Step your foot back into table. So you can step your foot back, bring the knees down into table. The right foot comes back. Toes down. And we're rotating into this like side table. So the left foot opens to the side of the mat. The right leg is straight back. And feel around here. What's holding your back leg up? Hold it up. Use that outer hip. Maybe you play with reaching for your foot, bending the knee, just like dancer. Maybe drawing that foot close in. Gentle, let that go. Toes down, rainbow up and over. So we're stretching through the side. My bottom hip and shoulder come towards each other, allowing more space to rainbow. And exhale, return into table. Awesome. Let's just sink back for a breath or two. Letting go of the low back. Child's pose. Turn into your table. I'm gonna get this left leg forward, so let's lift up to down dog for a breath. And take your left leg, reach it up, bring it all the way forward. However it gets there sometimes. Back knee down, arms up. Hold on to your wrist, up and over. So this is stretching my right wrist up. And exhale, lower the hands. Step back into plank, lower the knees. Side table, the right leg opens out. Reach towards your foot, bend that knee. Bring the foot as close as you can with mindfulness of what you're feeling in the front of your knee. Let that go. Rainbow overhead, so the toes come down, up and over. Exhale. Hand down, return to table, and sink into child's pose. We'll spend a few breaths here. Your hands up, and we'll come into our seat. Find the seat. Let's come into butterfly, forward fold. And then rise up. Take your right foot forward. I'm gonna scooch forward. Left foot close in, up to fold. Your hands up, take your hands back, and we're gonna come into figure four. The leg that's forward stays forward. So this foot, cross it over, and slide the foot towards you. The more you press into the hands, lifting up the heart, the closer your foot comes towards you, the more you can find the sensation, maybe. So let's take that leg and slide it back out. Change legs. Lift up to fold. Oh boy. Walk your hands up and into our seated figure four. I really like this option as figure four if pigeon is ever not the version for you. Personally, I like this one more than laying down, unless I was not planning to come back up, because getting down and back up, I never really want to get back up. It's a little jolting, you know. Please let that go. Both legs forward, you can gently pat the knees. Arms up, both legs forward, fold. Recommend holding on somewhere to the legs or the feet. Check that your feet are level, so your pinky toes aren't rolling forward. And you can use the hand grip to help activate your tailbone back and the heart and the head forward. Keep soft in your jaw, keep soft in your breath and your eyes. Find where you're trying, find your effort, and maybe invite softness just for this breath. Awesome, walk your hands back up. We're gonna do reverse plank. You could do reverse tabletop if you want, and you could say no thank you to all of it if you want. So to reverse, hands underneath you, this stretches through the front of the shoulder in a way that is somewhat remarkable feeling to me. Lift up the hips. If you wanted it to be table reverse, it could be feet down, hips up. Take care of your neck. Exhale, gentle, let it go. Let's just roll onto the back side and lay down. Hug your knees in, rock side to side. Happy baby. Couple more breaths and happy baby, just letting your body do what feels good. We'll come into twist. So I would like to recommend taking the hips to the right an inch or two, the knees up. My left arm is holding my knees and I'm letting that go over to the left. So they have a little bit of support, allowing the hips to relax and the arms to keep the legs up. When you want to, let that slide out, maybe loosening the grip. Right arm tees out, maybe left arm tees out. While you're here, stay as you are. The top leg, if you want to kick it out here, and maybe you can touch your foot and your hand, giving some length to that top leg. And slowly come out from here. The feet down. Realign to the other side. So the hips move to the left. Right arm hugs the knees. Knees over to the right. And tee your arms. Sometimes I like to keep the grip on my legs to feel the twist higher up in my back. Same here if you want to try lengthening out your top leg towards your hand. And slowly come out. Recenter your hips, and we'll just rock the knees side to side, nice and slow, letting them draw one way and the other. This is considered a twist. It's just a very small amount. Still is taking the pelvis and turning it. When the legs move over to the right, keep them there. The top knee can direct, more towards the hypothetical. Well, there's probably a corner of your room somewhere, right? The lower right corner from here. And other side. Maybe you're in a round room. I don't know. Direction from home is kind of funny to me. On this side, hold it. And back through center. Let's just one more time come back to happy baby. Let go of anything in the back, in the low back. Couple of breaths. Doing what feels good. End up in bear pose. And things become heavy, even as they're lifting upwards. One more breath. Easy, hug the knees, give yourself a big hug. Round the head up, towards your knees. Exhale, let it go. Relax. If you want to come into a reclined butterfly or daydreamer where the feet are on the ground and the knees are soft touching. Scanning the body in either of those two poses. Over time, making your way into Shavasana. If there's any other movements that would be supportive for you, feel good. Close the eyes. From the head all the way down, scan. Notice what's holding tension. Let it go. All the way down to the feet with your mind's eye. Until even that effort floats away.